Hey, this is Bo the Web Guy, Shag City TV, presented by Fat Harold's Beach Club. It's all about beach music, and Fat Harold, the Fat Man, has been around the beach pretty much, history of the Shag. We're here with Kenny. I think you've known him for a couple of years.
Yeah, I met Fat Harold in 1967, I think it was. At that time, I was about 15 years old. I was going to Dolores High School, and I was studying hard. And anyway, all my friends, we used to come down to the beach every night, and our teacher told us one day, he said, if you don't stay away from that beach, you're never going to graduate. So anyway, but long story short, we did meet Harold and Buddy back in the old Spanish Galleon days. And there's no way in the world that you couldn't take a liking to him. He was like a father to all of us in those days. He always made sure that we were taken care of. He never let us get out of line. And like I said, he was really a great instrumental person to us. And through the years, he and I have become very, very good friends. We actually have kept up with each other through the years. I finally left the beach in 1977 to start traveling on the international tobacco markets, and Harold was in my wedding, and actually he's the one that told my first wife my girlfriend when I met her at the beach down there when I was working for him. Of course, you know, those days you could meet 2 or 3 girls every night. It was just a matter of taking a choice of which ones you wanted to, get acquainted with, I should say. but that was really the good old days of the beach back and it still is. It's still a great time, and it's always good to come back and visit with Harold and come to the Fat Harold's Club here and mingle with the folks and the people that's got all that history behind us and so forth. And I very seldom do I ever come down that I don't meet someone that I met or we knew or grew up back together in those days, working together as bartenders or scuffling on the beach, in a little fist fight or something. But anyway, it was all fun and games, and we really had a great time. And it's something that I'll treasure as long as I live. And I tell you what, in my opinion, for the younger generation, if you don't come down and be a part of it at your younger age through your high school, college career, you're going to miss a big part of your life, because it's not just about coming to the beach to play, but it's about meeting people and memories that you'll carry on and treasure, all the rest of your life. And as I said, once a friend on the beach, always a friend. And like I said, Harold has been very instrumental, very like a father to me. And the first person I stop to see when I come down to the beach is stop by Fat Harold's house. I've got a bed there in his house. I know it's always home for me, and it always will be. Now, as far as shagging, I never took a lesson in my life. The first time I was down in the Spanish Gate, about 15, met this pretty little girl from Concord, North Carolina. Went over there and she said, "Would you like to dance?" And I said, "Well, sure." And I went over and pretended to try to shag. And Harold told me, he said, "Son, you need to go home and get a hold of a doorknob and practice for about 3 weeks." And then he said, "You might come back and not embarrass yourself." But anyway, long story short, I never have been a good shagger, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But I do have my shagging shoes on every time I come to the beach. So,
awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kenny. You got to love being at the Fat Harold's, and I know you got a lot of history, but thank you for sharing that moment, and we'll see you around the beach.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Kenny. Bye-bye.
Everybody to come down and enjoy themselves.
All right, thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.